Hello, it's been a while. Sorry about that. I'm just wanting to share some thoughts basically on how you deal with stuff, when shit happens, which kind of does happen here, in between all the good stuff that happens in our lives. Shit really does happen. Things that you just don't really like or would like to maybe change, but don't have the ability to do so. And the last 4 weeks, it's been a while since I last chatted with you when I was in Melbourne, have been a bit of a whirlwind. My body got a bit of a cold flu thing, and it was probably dealing with it fine until I got the news my mother in London went into hospital. And as happens when you are getting into a bit of a sort of stressful situation, the immune system can start to shut down until you realize what's going on. Because basically if you do go into that sort of fight or flight thing, then your cells can only do one of two things: grow or protect. So got pretty sick with that, which was interesting because I then had decided to shut down Brisbane, go up there, close down my photographic studio so I could be more free to go to London. Went up there and did my talk in Queensland at the Relaxation Centre, which was really great, so fabulous to meet all those wonderful people. And I'm back again on the 17th of November, all being well, if I'm not in London, to do a workshop there. And yeah, that'll be good. That'll be great fun. But getting back to this sort of eventful things that, the eventful things that happen in your life. For me, my mother going into hospital, she was then asked, she was fine to go home. She went home, had another fall, back into hospital again, and this time she's not getting up so easily. So it's been a very interesting test. We speak every day and chat really well, and she just doesn't want me to come over, and because what are you going to do? You're just going to come over and watch me sleep? There's no sense in that. We can have good chats on the phone. And she's wanting me to sort of get out, keep getting out there, keep getting the message out to people, how they think affects their bodies, their lives, everything really. But yeah, even though I know as much as I know, it is hard. When I first started photography, this is a photo I took of her in my flat in King's Cross, my little studio flat, and that would be quite a few years ago now. And yeah, so I still enjoy, being able to press Skype and I can just see her, and she drinks her whiskey and I drink my coffee, and we chat for an hour twice a week. It's, that when people do leave us out of our lives, and I always keep the email address, or I always keep the telephone number, because, you think of those people and, immediately all the memories of them come back. So I have to say, through all this 4 weeks, I did start to notice stuff happen with my bowel. A lot of just different functionings. It wasn't happy. Then immediately I knew I had to change the way that I was thinking and just keep going. Accept, and find things to make me smile, which I have to say hasn't been much. You kind of gotta sometimes make yourself smile, because when you do, it just creates those endorphins and makes you feel so much better. And yeah, this is what, shit happens. It's just gonna. So how we look at how this shit happens. I don't normally say this word, but it seems to be an effective way of putting titles on YouTube. So you never know where my next post might be. It might be from Londinium, or maybe still from here in Tassie, or maybe on the mainland in Queensland, or maybe anywhere. Anyway, I wish you well. And she says, looking at the time, there's another subject I do want to tackle next. It's a hard one. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. And it's all about sort of when you really can't cope with changing your mind and you don't see any other way out. So yes, I'm going to talk about suicide. What a lovely note to leave on. Anyway, I wish all the best for all of you, and just remember, every time you think, you send out chemicals from the brain. So, as I said to my mother last night, because she was a bit down, I said to her, when you think of happy thoughts, imagine you're sending out all these children with sunflowers. And they're all walking around with these sunflowers, just lighting up areas of your body, making you feel good. And when you think negative thoughts, imagine you're sending out soldiers with bayonets. And they go out there and they start and she seemed to like that analogy. So I'm hoping that she's creating, no matter what's going to happen with her body, just creating good thoughts with the children and the sunflowers. Loads of love. All the best. Bye.